Hi, my name is Favor. Welcome to my channel. It's our Fenwick Life. This is our new series on health and wellness and weight loss. I thought that we would start off this series by me sharing a little information, a little background on myself. I'm Grumpy Cat. I'm 46 years old. I began smoking when I was 18 years old, and I quit when I was 40, the year I turned 40. I have been smoke-free now for 5 years, 6 years? No, I quit in 2014. Was I 40 or 41? I don't know. I can't do math in my head right now. Anyway, upon quitting, I needed to find a way to expel my nervous energy. I began smoking to curb my appetite at 18 years old. It was a mistake, but I did. And thinking I would only smoke to curb my appetite, not thinking about the addiction that would follow. It was a very strong addiction for me. Another video coming soon, how I quit smoking. So, I knew when I was going to quit smoking that I was going to gain weight. I knew that I was. It had been several times I had tried to quit smoking. This was my ultimate last time. I was successful. Once before I was successful for 9 months, and ultimately went back to it for stupid reasons, but you know, I did. But it was very hard, and I knew that I was going to eat. I know from my eating habits and my eating patterns as a young adult and a child that I needed something to help with my anxiety and extra energy and things like that. October of 2013, I began to focus on my health and doing some research and things that I could do and eat and help myself get through not smoking. So we began walking. My husband and I began walking every single day, and basically still eating out, still eating everything that we normally eat, but we began doing it in moderation. And that is a term you are going to hear from me over and over and over and over. I don't practice keto. I don't practice low carb. I do practice no sugar or very little sugar, because that really is something I have to do for me personally. Low carb may be what works for you. Keto may be what works for you. There's other ones, paleo or whatever. That may be what works for you. Fantastic. I know what works for me, and for me is low sugar to no sugar. And that's hard for me because sugar is an addiction for me. It's a very serious addiction for me. So, in 2014, fast forward a little bit, I had lost a few pounds, not very many, and I was obese for my size. I'm 5'3", very obese actually, and I decided that it was becoming increasingly difficult not to smoke. I was still craving intense cravings for cigarettes, and I was still fighting off those cravings with sugary snacks. And so even though I was exercising and walking, it just wasn't working for me. So I began running. When you quit smoking, you have to find something that means more to you than smoking. It feels better than smoking, and that was running for me. So it was a long, hard process for me. My lungs were tired. My body was tired. Overweight, exhausted. That was my body. You have to know, in high school, I hardly weighed 100 pounds. I was very, very thin, very, very fit, very, very active. I was a dancer on the dance team, had been dancing my whole life, and an injury stopped that. So I dance now, again, in my living room and in my kitchen, but nothing like I used to. I do miss it. Anyway, so I began running. The very first day at the park, I ran for 10 seconds and thought I was going to die. So the key here is, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it, no matter what it is. For me, I can't do a push-up. I want to be able to do a push-up. So I'm going to do my best. That's my goal over this next year, is to be able to do at least one push-up in the plank position, push-up. I want to be able to do that. I have very weak shoulders. I have torn a rotator cuff. Different things that happened in my shoulders. So I really would like to be able to do a push-up. But for you, if you want to start running, you just start. For me, I ran the light poles at the park. Initially, it was, 10 seconds of running, a minute of walking, 10 seconds of running, a minute of walking. And I did this mile after mile after mile for months and months. It took me 9 months of practice running before I could run a mile. And I increased that 10 seconds to 20 seconds, to 30 seconds, to 45 seconds, to a minute, to 2 minutes, to 3 minutes. And eventually I was able to run a mile. Once I ran that first mile, that was it. It was in my system. I had tasted it. I was not letting it go. Just whatever you can do, get up and do it. Move. When the boys were little, I have 3 boys. When they were little, I didn't have time to go for a run. I didn't have the energy. I didn't want to do any of that. So what would we do? I would scoop up one boy at a time, sometimes 2, depending upon which one they were. And we would turn the music up and we would dance all together. Sometimes we were dancing to Barney. Sometimes we were dancing to Blue's Clues. Sometimes we were dancing to Mom's music. Sometimes we were dancing to Neil Diamond. You name it, we danced to it. And we sang at the top of our lungs. And I would pick them up and put them over my head. And we would bounce around. And we would spin in circles. And then I would get on my back and we would do airplane, which is a great ab workout. We would play. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I lost a lot of weight after each child doing that. I have my Apple Watch, which I absolutely love. Absolutely love it. It gives me challenges. I enjoy that. So, there you go. So, enough of the lecture. So what we're going to do together is you're going to help me be accountable, and I'm going to listen to you and all the things that you want to see or hear from me. I'm going to be talking about what I eat. I'm going to be talking about my calories. I'm going to be talking about my fitness and how often I run, where I'm running, bring you along with me. I was thinking about making a running video where I sort of share my playlist that I run with, and have a cameraman, my oldest son, follow me and ahead of me so I can show you how I started running if you're interested in that. I thought that we would just kind of share here. So I can tell you right now, I want to lose 20 pounds. I need to lose 30. The weight that is on me, I need to get it off. So 20 pounds is my goal for now, and then I will finalize the last 10 pounds. And this time, I'm going to do it. Slow and steady wins the race, and I will win this race. So now, to back up to 2014, when I first began this journey, I was severely overweight, obese. I was in a size 16, 18, and I was not well. I didn't feel good at all, ever. I have since lost about 40 pounds. I lost it in 2014, and I have kept it off. So even through the times where I've not eaten healthy, and that is because of running. Even when I'm not eating healthy, I am still running because I love it. I absolutely love it. It's not a chore to me. It's something I love. And I wanted to do it my whole life, and I couldn't do it. Even as a child, I couldn't do it. And then as an adult, I smoked and I couldn't do it. I know there's plenty of people out there who smoke and run. My lungs weren't having any of that. So I found something, like I said, I found something I loved better. I loved more than smoking, and that was running. And I know that I cannot smoke and run. So the running keeps me from smoking to this day. To this day. If I stop running, the cravings come back. To this day, 5 years later. So that's where we are. This video is kind of long and I apologize. Again, my goal is 20 pounds. I'd like to get it off as quickly as possible, but slow and steady wins the race. And I'm going to share with you my food, my workouts, and everything in between. And I'm just going to post once a week and show you what we're doing and how far we've come. And I would like for you to share with me. If you want to join in on this, I'd like for you to comment below and share with me and let me know what you're doing, what works for you, what's your thing that you like better than the other thing that's not so great for you. What is it? What works for you? You never know who's reading your comment, and you never know whose life you could change, or an idea you could, a seed you could plant for somebody. You don't know. But first and foremost, this is a place for kindness. There will be no negativity. No negativity. Please, please, no negativity. I don't like deleting comments, but I will, because I don't want someone to hurt someone else's feelings. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I want everyone to know, no matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, that you are welcome here. Kindness, only kindness and support. Only kindness and support. And if you see somebody, or if you read somebody and you have a different opinion, then that's fine. That doesn't mean that what they do is wrong. You just have a different opinion. And that's fine. We can all have different opinions. And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. What works for you may not work for me, because we're all individuals. We're all very different. So anyway, so if you see somebody doing something or writing something, please be kind. Just say, hey, I kind of noticed maybe you're having a little too much sugar, and maybe that's why your weight has kind of stayed stagnant. Maybe try switching to stevia. Or, there's something about, I don't know, somebody's saying, I don't have any idea, but please be kind. Just be kind, because that's all we're here to be for each other, is kind and support one another. That's it. We are going to lift one another up. Anyway, so I have rambled on. Hopefully I've edited a lot of it out and cut up my rambling. So, but you get the idea. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching this and listening, and I hope that you'll join me. Comment below and let me know you're in if you would like to join me, and we can do this. We can absolutely do this. I know also PKMomLife, she is on her weight loss journey. So if you'd like to jump on over to her channel and give her a subscribe, so you can watch her along the way. She's little like me, and it's tough. It's tough our size to lose weight. It's tough any size to lose weight. But I can tell you that the older you get and the smaller you are, the tougher it is to lose weight. So anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of our family. And thank you so, so much in advance for your kindness.
Well, I'm home from 2 miles. Wasn't great. It really wasn't that great at all. I can really tell the weight gain, and I can really tell the fact that I haven't been running enough. I mean, I've been running not enough, and that's really obvious. So it's day 2, back on track, and it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get back to where I was, and hair is falling out. Hopefully I can get back to where I was before I have to take a week off to recover from my procedure, and then I can get right back into running. But during that week I will not be messing up my healthy eating. So I should be able to still walk on the treadmill during that week, or walk outside or something, so that I can still keep up my mobility a little bit. For breakfast I'm going to have eggs again, and that was just really good yesterday and kept me full for quite some time. For snack, I'm gonna have some yogurt. That yogurt I had yesterday, again, kept me full for quite some time. And it was really good. It was kind of like a little sweet treat. Yes, it has sugar in it. I'm aware, I know yogurt has sugar in it, but for me, I kind of have to keep my sugar up a little bit because if it drops, I get very shaky, and that's very hard the first couple of weeks. I'm back on a lower calorie, healthier eating plan. My blood sugar tends to, it's been this way since I was a kid, tends to plummet, and I get the shakes. You know, I have been told I have hypoglycemia, but I don't really base anything off of that. That was many, many, many years ago. And I've not seen a doctor for it since. I sort of learned how to manage it, and I go from there. So I try not to eat added sugar, so like cupcakes, cakes, candy, things like that, but things that have sugar in them, like yogurt, as long as it's not too much. You know, I'm not going to go and eat like one of those mix-ins that have like chocolate and stuff. No, this is a fruit yogurt, which has preserves in it, which is jelly, which it has fruit or sugar, but it's not, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not candy, it's not cakes. It's a healthier version of something sweet, and it helps me. Same with grapefruit. Grapefruit does really well for me. It's a fruit that, and bananas. Those are the three things that I leave in my diet that do have sugar in them, because it's a part of my eating healthy, and it works for me. And I'm a big fan of, if it works for you, then do it. Even if it goes against what most people would consider a healthy diet, you know? So it's what works for me. And like I said, I've lost just about 40 pounds eating grapefruit for breakfast and yogurt for breakfast, and or snacks, and that kind of thing. So it's what works for me. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be having some eggs, and then a little bit later I'll have some yogurt. Sometimes I wait for the afternoon for that. When you get that like sugar craving, it helps. And so I wait for the sweetness of the yogurt then. And for lunch, I'm not sure what I'm gonna have. I'll probably have maybe some, I don't know. And dinner, I need to figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. I'll probably make something chickeny with some vegetables and potatoes. It's Tuesday, so tomorrow will be Mexican food for lunch, for dinner. So, okay, enough talking. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, home from my run. That was terrible, but I went. So, truly struggling right now with the running. But you know, that happens sometimes when you're getting back into the swing of things, when you're getting back into consistent running and consistent eating healthy. You get tired and weak because your body is, I guess, I don't want to, well, I think it's going through withdrawal from the lack of sugar, the lack of carbohydrates, the lack of fat, the lack of things that, the things your body loves that aren't necessarily good for it in large quantities. So anyway, but it was a rough run, and I still went 3 miles. I probably walked a half a mile of that, but I still went. So that's the important thing. Even if you only take 5 steps, you still took 5 steps. That's what's important, is you tried. And every single day that you try, you'll get a little bit better. Even if it's tiny little baby steps, it's still steps. And every day you get better. Just having a little snack. This is ham, Swiss, and pickles. This is something I've eaten since I was a kid. It's just something I really love. There you go. There's my little snack. I think it's 135 calories. Delicious. There you go. It's just a little bit of pasta, and yes, it's a plastic fork. It was in the drawer, and I was like, oh, I'll just use it. And I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, and
So I made 2 cups of dry pasta. Put 2 cups of dry pasta, and there's a ton over there, and I probably used about 1/3 of it in this bowl, if even. Might not even be that much. And that's typically what I'll have for dinner or for lunch. Maybe a little bit more at dinner time, depending upon how hungry I am. Sometimes I'm pretty hungry at dinner. If I don't have a salad. If I have a salad, then I don't even eat that much. I'm hoping to post these once a week. This one's gonna go up on a Saturday. I'm not sure what day we're gonna pick. We gotta think of a day that makes it easy, but I need to be through the week. So probably Saturday mornings I'll post the summary of the week. So, oh, and recipes I will share in my weekly vlog. Cooking the recipes and that kind of thing will be in the weekly vlog. I'll show you what I ate in this. So we can kind of keep these a little bit shorter because my weekly vlogs can be kind of long. Anyway, so thank you very, very much for watching. If you're new, welcome. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you for coming back and spending time with us. And if you are new, I hope that you will subscribe and become a member of our family. And please click the notification bell. That way you know when we've uploaded something new.